Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Bentley.
thanks.
But the Adam Goods doco,
Bentley's got the
Back on
monarch.
track.
That's your selling point.
it was good. It was good to be able to get together as a whole group. Footy department, footy admin, board level, and players were all there, and about a 90-minute film, 75-minute film, which was good. And I mean, I've got some real strong views that have come out of that, and one of them is based around AFL media, and there should be some sort of accreditation to be able to get to commentate on a game that has 11% of Indigenous players playing in their game, and with that sort of high number, and hopefully and potentially more to come, there should be an education program around anyone that commentates in our game. And at the moment, I'm not sure if there is, but I'm pretty doubtful there is after watching that doco, because there was some pretty lousy comments.
Just to give the doco context, it's about Adam Goods' last 3 years of his football career, and all of the stuff that he was fighting for, and also the backlash from it.
So I think someone made a really good point in the cinema. Like,
It's probably me. Was it me?
no, it actually definitely wasn't you.
Yeah, right.
But living through it, we all did. Like, you just sort of get like a drip here, a drab there. But seeing it all sort of in one 70-minute thing, it just astonished me that that this is in this day and age. Like, this is the sort of stuff that happens.
There is a society issue, and I mean, I'm not naive to think that I can't change a society. I mean, if everyone said that, no one's ever going to change. So I know there's, I've got some sort of view in the whole society. But I mean, when you see some of the comments from Andrew Bold, who's a political reporter, that's almost out of our control, as much as we wanted to be able to control it. But there was some comments from within the AFL, and that's our community. And I think there was a chance that, I mean, I look back on myself, and I'm sure everyone does when they watch this doco and review on how they were acting during that period, and I hid behind the young player or the inexperienced player, or my voice wasn't big enough. That's what I hid behind, and I'm presuming 95% of the AFL hid behind that, thinking their voice wouldn't have been heard, and there's no point in me doing it, and all of a sudden it spirals out of control, and Adam's out there taking all the bullets for everyone. And there was some really good cases in the doco, like Bob Murphy did some really good stuff in terms of wearing Adam Goods' jumper for the coin toss, and Lewis Jetta was strong in his support. And I know at our club, Jeffy Garlett and Nev Jetta and Haridi Lumumba at the time were also very supportive. So I just think a lot of people had a chance to maybe help Adam, and they didn't.
Yeah, I came away with a huge admiration with Adam, and the way he constantly put himself out there. Even with all the backlash he was copying, it would have been very easy for him just to go into his shell. But for 4 or 5 years, he's just putting himself out there, trying to, it wasn't even putting it down people's throats. It was just simply trying to make people aware of the issues, his culture have faced for so long. And all he needed was some support, which he just didn't get to the level he needed. And it was a shame to see it affected him personally by the end of it. But I came away with a huge admiration for Adam, which I think at the time, like you said, Gussie, getting fed dribs and drabs over a 4 or 5 year period, it doesn't have the same impact that kind of 90-minute video shows you of everything Adam went through in that space of time. So it is a shame that after having it takes me to watch that video to have that level of admiration for Adam. But
I think it's on.
You go. No, you go.
I was just saying it's on Channel 10, free of charge. You have to pay to go to a cinema. I think they're airing
which is
it.
weird that Channel 10's doing that, because they need all the money they can get. But
there's a jab, but get on Channel 10. I mean, I reckon everyone should watch it, because it gave like an insight that I just would never have had before, an appreciation that I just didn't before. So I think it's definitely a worthwhile watch.